Hello and welcome to Murrayfield Me, a love story by Bruce Aitchison from Happiness is Egg-Shaped. I love going to Murrayfield. I take every opportunity to be there, whether it is to support Scotland or it's to go and watch cup finals in Clubland or to go and watch the girls' finals day or to support Edinburgh Rugby, who over the last few years have been playing in the main bowl at Edinburgh before they've just had their new stadium finished and completed, and I cannot wait to get a look and to be there when it is at a capacity 7,800. But I love going to Murrayfield, even though Edinburgh haven't been able to fill the place so far. I've been there with just a few thousand, and I've been there with 28,000 for the big games against Glasgow and in the later stages of European competitions. I started out just as a fan who went and took my kids and liked that they got to run around, and both of them would go almost anywhere that serves chips, so that suited me just fine to go and support. And then I got a new job, and it meant that I couldn't coach in Clubland. I didn't have the time, and I couldn't commit to a club. So I became even more of a supporter. And Johnny Petrie, who's now the top man at Ulster, back then was the top man at Edinburgh Rugby, and we had a chat, and he said, I think I'd like to get you involved in match day. And I said, great, because I would like to get involved in match day because I'm here anyway and I love to talk, go figure, and I'm happy to be involved. So we had a bit of a chat and we mixed around a few ideas, and for the first season that I was there, I was the stadium announcer, which I absolutely loved. Getting to shout out number 8 big Bill Mata and number 3 WP Nell gave me huge delight, and whenever Darcy Graham scored, that one got me the most excited. Try for Edinburgh, number 14 Darcy Graham. It was just brilliant. I absolutely loved it. And then to fill in my time, I started to say, well, maybe before the game I could interview some players in the bar, and then after the game I could interview some more players in the bar, or if Cockers wants to come up. And I just loved it because it was like being in a clubhouse. It was a professional game, but it was like an amateur clubhouse in the old days. I knew people in there, and if I didn't know people, I met new people. And for some games, you got to meet people from the opposition. Now, in my second season at Edinburgh, things had started to move on, and they started hospitality and asked if I would be the hospitality host. Of course, I said yes, because it was a chance to talk, it was a chance to have a crowd, and it was at Murrayfield for rugby. So of course I said yes. And there were games that really meant a lot. There were special games and there were lots of moments, but there is one that stands out. It was just before Christmas in 2019, and Edinburgh were playing Wasps in the European competition. Now, as a kid who loved football, and a team that didn't get into Europe very often, but going to Easter Road to watch my beloved Hibs midweek with the floodlights on was exciting. Playing against teams from far off lands that I'd never been to. It was just the best. So to have that feeling in rugby was immense. And Wasps came knocking with some big names: Gopper, Sopawanga, Feketoa, Willis, Robson, Carr. It was stacked. This was going to be Friday night lights. Now, it was just in the run-up to Christmas. It was the last Edinburgh game before Christmas. And I thought, what do you do in a rugby clubhouse at Christmas time? You sing. Of course you do. You sing carols. Now, I host hospitality at Edinburgh, and often it's just Scottish supporters there. It's just family coming together from two different sides, but sharing the same passion for the game and for sharing those experiences. And Wasps brought an army, and it's quality kit, and it looks great having the yellow and black. And there they were, and they were up for a good time. Some had been enjoying the liquid refreshments in the city of Edinburgh beforehand, so were already in good voice, and others needed a bit of warming up. So around I went the tables with some song sheets, and we sang the 12 Days of Christmas. 5 golden rings. It was magic. Everybody was on their feet, including the Wasps CEO and his wife, who had an absolute belter. It was magic. It was so much fun. And everybody left for kickoff on an absolute high, already having enjoyed themselves. We then went out, and yes, Edinburgh produced one of their best European performances, a massive result against a massive club like Wasps. But my memory wasn't the tries by Duhan van der Merwe. My memory was on what had happened in the clubhouse. Back in after the game, it was December in Edinburgh. It was freezing, but people had been warmed up. People were happy to be there. People were sharing that experience and hopefully making some nice memories. And when everybody came back in, we had a lot of good banter. And of course, my stunt double, Richard Cockrow, came up for the post-match interview, and we had a very, very good laugh. And everybody was entertained, and everybody left with a smile on their face, no matter the result. That's not something we can impact on. That's up to the players and the coaches. We as supporters, we as the people who buy the tickets and go along, yeah, we have a right to have an opinion. But the thing we really do is that we get there to support. We support the team, we support the club, we support each other. We build friendships, we share experiences, and we make memories. I loved it. And the biggest compliment I could get was that as the Wasps fans left, they asked if I was coming down to the Rico for the return match the week later. That's the good stuff. That's the stuff that makes me fall in love with this game. And the place that I fall in love with most is Murrayfield. My name's Bruce Aitchison from Happiness is Egg-Shaped. This has been Murrayfield and Me, My Love Story. If you've enjoyed it, please go to Apple and YouTube and subscribe. Leave us a review if you thought this is fun, and tune in on Mondays for the longer pod. But for the meantime, this has been your little burst of Happiness is Egg-Shaped on a Thursday. Thank you, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.